My first 2 years on council, civility was a core value. I did not realize what a precious thing it was. Frank Eskenitis, when mayor, was severely criticized for his New Jersey style, but his goal at council meetings was to protect city employees who could not defend themselves when criticized from a public podium. Frank and I often saw things quite differently. We would arrive at his house on Sunday afternoons and we would hammer out our differences. The man has a heart of gold, and he could argue passionately from his point of view and then give you a bear hug at the end of the conversation. He never once suggested my opinion wasn't equally valid or questioned my right to be at the table. Louise McClellan Ruff, as mayor, demanded civility from all participants. Trust did not always come easily between us, but we met for dinner every couple of weeks because we were both passionately committed to moving this city forward. Mayor Clayton, I might add, is also always civil. Our jobs on council is not to agree with one another and vote in lockstep. It is to bring our best selves to the table, to argue with civility and compromise where we can and hold true where we cannot. The city is not monolithic. It is made up of locals and new people, diversity in incomes and ages, artists, laborers, business owners, and retirees. It speaks with many voices. To the degree those voices are in harmony, so is council. But in a rapidly changing city with multiple conflicting viewpoints, council must represent that divergence of viewpoints as well. Sadly, the spirit of civility has gone missing this year. I have come to expect an email from Councilor Acker roughly every 2 weeks, threatening me and demanding I resign. Whether it is turning back the sprinkler ordinance, arguing for food sustainability, housing, supporting the diversity resolution, or now selecting a new city manager, his response to me is always the same. This is my city, how dare you, resign. While Councilor Acker might feel more comfortable serving with a council of like-minded men, it is not his call, and it does not represent diversity or democracy in this thriving, dynamic city. I don't know what happened on the search committee. I just know something went terribly awry. The council order required at least 2 candidates to be put forward. 28 applicants, 9 deemed qualified and worthy of interview, 5 chosen, 4 interviewed, 1 put forth. Controversy, objections by an interviewed candidate, and a legal opinion later, the search committee again provided 1 name to council. I know several of the people on the search committee. They are smart and thoughtful people whose integrity is without question. 1 is a valued friend. We cannot work our differences out. Executive session rules on confidentiality prevent it. But I know she did what she thought was best for this city. Nonetheless, groups can take on a life of their own, and I feel this one did. It is council's job, as defined by charter, to choose the city manager. The search committee was asked to pre-qualify candidates. Their insistence in choosing the single candidate they preferred is a usurpation of council's role. For better or worse, we are elected by the people of Rockland. A body appointed by the mayor with no voter accountability is not. I am terribly dismayed by the process followed. It leaves us in a terrible mess. The process was clearly outlined. Nothing has changed to suggest that there is a better one. I want 2 to 3 candidates. I want to meet them. I want the community to meet them, to compare and contrast. I want a city manager who likes us, sees our potential, appreciates our values and our history, and who will throw himself or herself into our community's life. Thank you.
Thank you, Brianna. Anybody else wishing to speak this evening?